And welcome back to another episode of Bushwackers Breakdown, and today we are taking a look at the attack of the watermelons. So, basically the brief synopsis is, it starts off with a couple, emerging from a restaurant, and they walk down an alleyway, because that's usually how these things start, and they hear a noise, and they turn around to see a bunch of watermelons, and at first, they're a bit incredulous, but soon the watermelons consume them, and there is nothing left but blood and watermelon seeds. The bushwhackers are called in to investigate, and at first Lee and JJ are at a loss, but then Luca looks at the seeds and speculates that the victims were turned into watermelons. Lee and JJ don't take too kindly to this, and at the apartment they discuss what the theory is. As they're discussing, they are attacked by watermelons, and they smash them open, basically killing them. They capture one of the watermelons where Luca performs an autopsy, and to Lee's disgust, they find out that the victims have indeed been turned into watermelons. So as they are developing a remedy, the police chief calls them and tells them, hey, we are being attacked by watermelons, and the bushwhackers arrive and use pesticides to kill the watermelons, but unfortunately it has the side effect of killing the victims also. So this was really the first science fiction episode I've written for season 1. This is also the first episode where they're working within a private investigation capacity, because all the other times before they haven't really done much apart from just being contractors. Because if you look at Balrog Into the House and The Terror Below, both episodes showed the bushwhackers working within a contractor capacity. So this is the first episode where they're actually working as consultants for a case, and this also starts to show that this is also the first episode where a lot of Luca's theories may seem a bit odd, but it turns out later on that he was correct in his assessment, much to Lee's annoyance. And this is going to be a constant theme going forward. For me, when it came to writing the episode, I just thought, how ridiculous would it be for people to be afraid of watermelons? And the idea sort of came from me when I was a kid, because I was terrified of flowers as a child, especially those big sunflowers, because I thought they were going to just come out and eat you. And I remember in elementary school reading about these giant flowers, I think in Sumatra, that smelled like dead bodies and could just eat entire animals whole, and I was like, that's a pretty gross and disturbing thing to hear about. So, that sort of like lingered with me, and it was when I wrote Attack of the Watermelons, I thought, what would be crazier than people thinking, oh, it's a watermelon, let's just cut it open, and then it grabs you and eats you, and then you become infected with watermelon virus and turn into a watermelon yourself. It's nonsensical, but at the same time, it's sort of my first foray into writing science fiction. Where do the watermelons come from? Well, I haven't decided it yet. I just throw out, in the episode, I throw out a possibility that they were part of some military experiment that went awry. And thinking back now, after the whole COVID thing, that actually might sound a little bit plausible, but I haven't really dived too much into those details. I mean, if someone wants to have a crack at it, we'll just see how it goes. But but this is also, but like I said before, this is also the first episode where I was writing a mystery or / detective story as well, because the guys are trying to figure out like what's causing this, who's doing this to all these people, because this isn't just an isolated incident. There have been strings of watermelon attacks in the city of Charlotte for weeks now. So this is the first time that the bushwhackers are working within that capacity, and I genuinely do enjoy writing bushwhacker stories as murder mysteries. I grew up reading Sherlock Holmes, so this is my bread and butter. So I definitely enjoyed writing this. The use of pesticides. I mean, some of you are saying, are you criticizing the use of pesticides? Is it because you feel like they're poisoning the earth? Nah, it was just, I just figured it was like the simplest thing to do. How do you kill, a crazy raving watermelon? Spray it with pesticides and you kill it. Or you could smash it or cut it open. But in terms of the drawings themselves, I felt this one was a bit more time consuming because there was a lot more action going on. Previous episodes it was kind of slow. There wasn't really much going for it, but in this case it was more fast paced because there's just more action to it, like fighting off watermelons, police shooting at these watermelons as they're attacking uptown Charlotte, all that stuff. So and so for me, I kind of felt like this was the episode where the Bushwhackers are starting to get the recognition that they deserve as an organization, because going forward things just get weirder and weirder, and it eventually culminates with them fighting the Russians in Alaska, trying to help the North Pole defeat a Russian invasion. And this, for me, this really is the first episode where it's weird to the nth degree. Like, things just get weirder and weirder and weirder from there. So that's my breakdown right there of Attack of the Watermelons. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and remember to like, comment, subscribe. And again, thank you so much for watching.